Hey
Good
everyone.
morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. So this is tips and what is this? Design tips and giggles with Beth Ann there
And Pam.
and Pam. And this week, or actually this month, our theme was goals. And so we're kind of like working on some goals that we have for the year. And we really wanted to showcase things that help us. And batching, we really found out last year, batching is really important and it helps you get ahead.
Yeah. I
So,
feel like it gives you time when you feel like you're like out of time.
right.
Yeah.
I feel that too. Like when I schedule even like my social media out or when I create a journal just using bulk create in Canva, I feel like I get so much accomplished
Mm-hmm.
because I'm batching and I see all this work being done. And then emails. That's an that's
Yeah.
another thing that I batch because it's just easy to just go in there, do all of it, and then go to something else.
Yeah.
It, what about you? What about you?
Yeah. I like to batch my emails. That's one that's kind of a that's my default is I don't like to do emails one at a time. Although I did last week, I don't like to do it one at a time because I feel like it's a waste of my time because it'll
Right.
take me like an hour from start to finish to do one, and it'll
Yeah.
take me like 2 hours to do four. So like why am I like it feels like a waste. I don't know, I don't understand the math on it. I don't understand the math on it, but like I guess just like getting into the groove of like okay, I have all these things open that I need to link to, and I have all like just having all my tools open. Maybe that's what is taking me the most time in the beginning and like deciding what I want to do. But yeah, email is a game changer for me. And I like now to batch my products. I was really struggling last year with keeping up, putting products up because a lot of my focus is on teaching you guys how to create products and teaching you guys how to list them and teaching you guys how to the whole thing. Like I put that on myself, and like that takes over my time that I'm spending on my own business. So I've definitely seen it suffer. From or not suffer because I'm still putting time into it, but I'm not listing products as much as I was um last the year before and the year before. So
Because you're teaching people how to list products. So you had to put that, you had to put that work in and get that up and going. You got it.
yeah.
So many people list products because of you.
Yeah, exactly. And like I used to do I do Trendy Thursday every Thursday morning. I teach you guys how to create a product, and then I'm like, okay, go. And I used to list it with you every day or every Thursday. That was the whole thing. Like it was start to finish, and it took me like 2 hours to do start to finish, or an hour and a half for that product. And then I made a freebie to show you guys how to list it yourselves. And then I just showed you the product, and I gave you that free course. And I was like, okay, I will still list it myself after. And since I did that free course and I'm not listing it live with you, I put it off. And I'm like, later Beth will
Mm.
do that because like after my live, I'm like, I need to like decompress because I don't know. I don't know how it takes so much out of me to do these lives, but it takes a lot out of me. So I usually end up becoming a vegetable at 11 o'clock every day, every Thursday. So
There-
I found that if I want to get things done on my TPT business, I have to do it on a day that I'm not doing videos. Like I'm not going to be able to do anything after
that-
this video.
okay, that's a good.
Hmm.
I like that. That's a
Yeah.
good tip because I feel you on that. Like I
Yeah.
know today is going to be when I'm done because I teach at 10 too.
Hmm.
And then I teach, well, we're on live now, but we're not like we're just talking.
We're just talking. Yeah.
Just talking. But yeah, it's a lot. So that's a good tip, not to put, you know, like if you're doing a live, or like if you're doing something that you have to be very active with, don't
Hmm.
try to pile yourself with other things that will take your energy like that.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point. I like that, Bev.
Things that take all your energy. Yeah.
And
Maybe that's
she,
writing blog posts because like I know if
yes,
I write a blog post, I'm like putty after that. My brain is a puddle. There's things that like I can do, but I can only do once, like a day.
right.
Like I can't do more than one. Well, if I'm like in the mode of batching videos, like if I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, like this course, and I plan it all out. I don't really plan out Trendy Thursdays. I mean, we kind of plan out this, but like, I don't like outline it, I guess,
Right.
whereas when I do a course, I outline it. So I know what I'm talking about each day and I know like what I want to tell you guys. So maybe that's the process, is my brain like remembering and going back to what needs to be said. I don't really know, but
So don't put a lot on your plate when you have like big projects that you're working
yeah.
on. Yeah.
Any of the big brain using things.
Yes. There we go. Big
Yeah.
brain news.
Big brain using things. Yeah. So maybe
Okay.
like and I find that I do my best brain work in the morning. Like it's less
Yeah.
exhausting for my brain if I do it like first thing. Like as soon as I get up, I come upstairs at 5 o'clock in the morning, my little coffee, and I figure out, like, I plan things. I plan things because it works for me then. Like my brain works for me then, you know?
Me too.
uh,
Me too.
and like outlining and like any like big brain thing, if I can do it in the morning before my kids wake up, then I don't face that slump afterwards. So if I
So
could just rearrange Trendy Thursday to be 5 o'clock in the morning, I think we could do it. I
I
don't
don't know how
know.
many people you would have on the, because
Attendance might drop, but I'm dead to the world in the
right,
morning. I
Robin.
can't
Right.
do anything before 9 a.m. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you had
Yeah.
to pick where your energy is too.
Mhm.
I'm a morning person as well. I love coming in to my office here at 5 as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
And drink my coffee, get some, I do some affirmations and stuff like that. So you just have to pick the time that your energy is and pick what you're going to do.
Yeah. I think that exhausts me too. It's like, because I can get a lot done if I don't have to like brain it,
Yeah.
like since we're talking about batching, if I plan out what I'm going to batch, I can do all of it. But like if I have to like the decision fatigue, that I think that's what it is. Because like the deciding what, like I have a to-do list of all the things I'm going to work on today, this week. It's not there's so many here. It's not going to be today. But if I were to just go down this list and do all of them, I would be exhausted because I'd have to
Yeah.
go find the clip art and I'd have to do all the stuff. And like if I do all of that planning ahead of time, even if I'm like exhausted when I'm doing the planning because I just know where it needs to go, like I just need to find this clip art and put it in a folder that I can find tomorrow, then I can whip through all of this tomorrow and not be exhausted from like
Trying to
going and
find
finding
everything.
things. Yeah. So
Okay.
that really helps me be able to brain. And Robin said, I'm dead to the world in the morning. I can't do anything before 9 a.m. That is me when my kids are home. Like I can do things during the day, but then like at 2 o'clock ish, I turn into a pumpkin. I'm a vegetable. I cannot, my brain does not. I can plan things, I can rearrange things, but I cannot do any really brain heavy things. I could not do. I've been trying to do I've been wanting to do like a coaching call or something in the evenings for people who work during the day so they could still get some Beth. But I'm like, that's a bad Beth that I don't think anybody wants. I don't think anybody wants that because that Beth has no idea. Her brain is mush. Like I try to explain things to like my husband and he's like, "You're not really wording correctly." Like I can't when it's that late. So, yeah.
Well, then there you go. You know when you can and cannot work. So
And
there we
I
go.
cannot work in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried. I have tried many times. And every
So
time I'm like, nope, there's a reason I
no,
don't do
no,
this.
no. So do you
Uh,
want to kind of talk about the batch process? Like what do you do to get ready to batch product creation?
yeah.
I think I might have stumped
I,
you.
huh?
Did I stump you? Did I?
Well, I was just thinking, do I want to talk about it or do I want to just like show people?
Oh,
And then I was like, if I talk about, I mean, because I've been planning out a lot of batching and then I've just been planning it out and then just leaving it.
well,
So
let's do a plan.
let's do
Show
a
a
plan.
plan.
That's what I was thinking. I
Yeah,
have this plan that I'm working on for this week that will
because
not get done today.
a plan is what we all need,
A
and then we
plan
can
is
go
what
from there.
we all need. That's true. Okay, so let me share my screen.
And I'll share my plan too in
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
after
I'll
she
share my
gets.
screen too, and it's like I don't think we can do that at the same time.
No, it's okay.
All right, so let me. I guess I just need to. Sorry, you'd be surprised. My brain does actually work. Oh, okay, it's over here. All right, so let's go to teachers rate teachers. So when I'm working on a plan for things, what I like to do, there's a few things that I do. Um, this one, this plan that I'm working on right now is because on my blog, I have been working on Play-Doh things. I've been
Mm-hmm.
purchasing, someone else is doing this. I do not have the time or the brain power to do this. So I hire people to do this because I cannot. I hired someone to make all these Play-Doh trays for me and make a whole bunch of Play-Dohs. And so I was like, what if I take all of these Play-Doh recipes and I put them in one post? So this is a create card. I don't know if I can, like, there's a whole bunch of them, right? There's many, 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 many. I hired someone for all this. I didn't do any of this. Or well, I did this post, but I didn't do any of these Play-Dohs, except this one. And this one and this one. So I've done 3 out of like 31 over multiple years.
It's
So
okay because this is one way that you can take stuff off your to-do list.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
So that
So I pay
no
someone else to
judgment.
make them. Exactly. I pay someone else to make them. And then I make the roundup posts. That's what I do. That's my
So
job
this
now.
is a roundup post.
This is a roundup post. So it
Yeah.
has all of these different posts
In one.
in it. And then I just put it on Pinterest and I'm like, hey, look at all these super cool Play-Doh things. So this was my plan for the week was I would have this Play-Doh post. And what
Okay.
I was going to do, my idea was I would take this post, like the URL of this post, and I would put it in all of my Play-Doh mats, like my the PDF for it. So on my clip art. Sorry. Um okay, so I have a whole bunch of Play-Doh mats, like
Okay.
smaller. It's not smaller. Let me see. I can click that. Yeah. So I have all these Play-Doh mats. And so what I was going to do was I was going to edit them and then re-upload them. That was my plan.
Okay.
And I was like, that's going to be my thing. And then I was like, you know what? I have this year-long bundle, right? And it has mostly fall and like Thanksgiving. And it's a year-long bundle. And I don't have anything after winter. Like it starts at back to school, and I don't really have anything after winter. So I was like, I should do that too. So I went through all of my clip art. That was my process. Was so I have a bunch of Play-Doh mats. There we go. And if you look up Play-Doh mats, you can find other things like winter Play-Doh mats, which that's a good one. I have one of those. which is apparently not in the search. That's sad. I can work on that too eventually. Later Beth will work on that. Um, so you can do like winter Play-Doh mats. You can just search and see what drops down. Um, that's what I like to do. I like to just go to the search and see what I'm planning on creating.
So
And
this
see,
is the research part of it. Like you're
this is my
doing,
research
okay.
part.
All
Yes.
right.
So there's Play-Doh mats. There right now it says winter, number, alphabet, and shape. But you can also press a space and add like a V for apparently nobody's doing Valentine's Day mats. That's rude. Hold on. Maybe Play-Doh mats. V. Huh. Well, maybe nobody's thinking about Valentine's Day yet, which is sad for love, but it's fine. All right, so we're just gonna move on to other things. So if you look at W, there's like sight word Play-Doh mats. There's emotion Play-Doh mats. There's
Okay.
editable.
I
Like this
like
is what
that.
I do. I like go
Okay.
through and I press the letter to see all the different things, and I see what I want to create. There doesn't seem to be too terribly much today, which is fine. They're shape. I really like the shape ones. They're one of my favorite ones to make because I have a whole bunch of shape clip art. So a lot of these are just like it's a shape clip Play-Doh clip art. Just this actually looks like I would have made it because like they have my fonts. Look at
Oh,
that.
yeah. And the
That's my
colors.
daydreamer. I love that. But I generally have ah, it's not on here. But like I use just shape clip art like this, and I put it on top of things like this, and I make my products. I think I have a pumpkin shape clip art or pumpkin shape. Anyway, so I go through
Okay.
my clip art. That's how I do it.
Okay.
So
So you
step one,
research, then you go through your clip art.
and then I come over here to my purchases, and remember, we don't judge.
No judging.
And I just type in dough and I see what I have. And I have a whole bunch from this Crafted Clip Arts, which is Pia. She's wonderful. So I made a list. That's what this list is. I went through my clip art last night and I wrote down all of the clip art, the dough clip art that I already have. So Ladybug Life Cycle, there's a sea turtle, there's salmon, there's farm, there's these ones, which are spring, summer, fall, winter. And then there's a dinosaur one here, dinosaur ocean, like there's all these, and then there's all these, and then I already have this one up, and this one I was like, this is the one I should do. So I wrote down all the letters of the alphabet. This is last night. I was telling Pam, I was like, how many letters are there on the alphabet? And she's like, ooh, pretty sure it's 26. And I was like, oh, okay. And I asked Jackson, who was sitting with me, I was like, how many letters of the alphabet are there? And he sat there and he counted on his fingers, and he's having this conversation with himself, and then at the end he's like 33. I was like, no.
And we're having a combo at the same time. Like she's texting me at
Yeah.
the
So I'm
same
like,
time.
Jackson
She
says
says,
33.
Jackson says 33. And I'm in my head, I'm like, well, I'm
Hold on.
56. Maybe I'm too old to know this,
This kid's
correct?
in school, so he should know how many there are, right? No, no, we've all failed him. But anyway,
Yeah. I was
so,
right. I was right.
right,
I
yeah.
didn't fail him. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Jackson needs you. You need to come move here and teach him how many letters there are in the alphabet.
Okay, so I want to make a little point here because I think a lot of us, well, okay, I'm going to talk what I do.
Okay.
So you researched, you go to your clip art, you go to your purchases, things that
Yeah.
you already have.
Yeah.
So that's where I tend to like, oh, let me go buy something else.
Right.
You know, instead of looking in what I already have, which I know I have a lot too,
Yeah.
and just go ahead and create what's in what you already have. You have the resources, you have those little tool, you know, your tools of clip art, you know. So I
Yeah.
like this, girl. You go to your purchases and you put in there what you're looking for, and
Uh-huh.
look at all these that you already have. So
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah. And this is just the easy to find ones. There's also ones that are probably harder to find that are probably in these like year-long bundles that I have that I'm
So
not
you
even
pick,
thinking about that.
right. So you pick the one that you want to work with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then so there's this one has all these different holidays. I like that one too. I was going to do the Valentine's Day one and the patriotic one because I already did back to school and Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'm going to do the remaining 4.
Okay.
And then
Now what?
so I'll take those and here I'll you know what, I'll show you a little bit more of my process. I'll take this and I'll download a few. Let's do St. Patrick's Day, Easter, and then patriotic as well. Okay, so I have 4 that I downloaded.
Okay.
Pretend that there's like 15 because if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do
Gotcha.
it, right?
Okay, we gotcha.
Okay, so
Okay, so you're gonna get the products ready.
I'm gonna get
Well, products where they need to go. So you
my clip.
downloaded them.
Yeah, I downloaded
Okay.
the things. So now I'm gonna. There's only 3. Did you get lost? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I only downloaded 3. I guess there was only 3. 1, 2, 3. Patriotic, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day. Oh, Easter. I wanted to do Easter too. That's this one. Okay. All right. I'm like, I got lost. So what I do for this is I press shift and I open my thing again and it gives me a second one. I just learned though, you can press there's an arrow right here. Do you see it? Or not an arrow, a plus sign. You can
Yeah.
did you know that that was a thing? Because I just learned that today or yesterday. It was yesterday that I learned it. So I would go to downloads where I'm going to open things. And then I'd probably still do it the way I always do it. But I go to my projects and then let's create a new one called, what is this? Play-Doh. Dough batch.
Okay.
And then I would right click and I would pin to quick access. So it's right here now.
Okay. So you're making it easy access for you so
Super
you can
easy
find
access.
it. Okay.
Yeah. And then I close it. And see, it's still not here. What's going on here? Oh my gosh. Why is it so mean to me? I don't know. What? Oh my gosh. Whew. All right. So we're going to make it bigger so I can see things. All right. And then we're going to just open the zip drive and we're just going to grab it and drop it in to our dough
Okay.
batch.
So you're going to put everything that you have downloaded into one folder so that you have it in one folder. All right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not that one. And then this one, Easter. Okay, I think that was all of them. Yeah. And then I will also go into my documents and my PowerPoint templates.
Templates, people. Templates. Get the
And I will
templates.
find my template. If I did not already have a template, I would make one.
Okay. But templates, and have those organized. See, she has it says PowerPoint templates products. And then, yeah. So naming your files will help you.
Especially if you put things where they belong, you know? Which I clearly have not done. Non-seasonal?
Well, then
No
I guess
mess.
this call will help you.
So then I would take like 3 of these that are all the same.
Okay.
Like, so what I do when I create these is I do like Play-Doh, like dinosaur Play-Doh mat, and then dinosaur Play-Doh mat SS, which is shop size, and then Play-Doh mat preview is like the preview. So what I would do is I would grab all 3 and I would Control C to copy, and then I would come back over to dough batch.
And
paste.
Put those in the folder. Oh,
yes.
Genius. Okay.
So that everything is right there.
Oh, so there we go. So what she's doing is getting it all together so that she doesn't have to go from one place to the next, like what she just did. So now the creation is going to be a lot easier. Love this. And I love that you name the things what they are, because That
And
makes
that
it
way,
easier.
yeah. And then there are like when you sort them by name, they're all
Uh-huh.
together. Like the fall ones are all
Yep.
together. The Halloween ones are all together. The ocean, and you can see what's missing. Like this one is patriotic Play-Doh mats. So clearly I started it, but I never finished it. You know, like so there you could see that. You can see that this one I also started and did not finish. And I can see there was this fall one. I or not fall. Halloween doesn't have a preview. Like it's really easy to see what you're missing.
Okay. So
And I
when
like
so
that.
you know when there is three of them there, this is
Yeah.
your process,
Hmm.
then you
This one's
have
good.
done them.
Yeah. This one's
Okay.
good. This one's good.
Naming your
This one's not.
files like this.
You know, like it's very easy for me to see what is working and what isn't. And from opening all of these, I'm seeing another thing that I'm missing that I will need to have in order to do this, which
Uh-huh.
is the background image. I always put a background image on my things. So I will find that and put those in here too.
Okay. So you're
The
putting everything you need in a folder. Beautiful.
hmm So that way it's super easy. And then when you change things, like let's open a new one so that I don't accidentally change anything that I need. You right click and you open a copy. Very similar to in Canva. In Canva, I think you can even right click on Canva too, but they also have the three dots
Yeah.
on the actual product, and you can open a copy so that you're
Yeah.
not changing your original, so that it still maintains its perfect um, template thing. Uh, you know,
And I
and
have to
then
say, similar of what Ray, what Beth Ann does in regards to Canva. I mean, in PowerPoint, I do in Canva. I
yeah.
name what they are,
Hmm.
and that way it is easier for me to find. And also, I do my process for this. Like, if I do a template and I need to make it a product, I will put need to do than what it is. Yeah. And then
Nice. So it's easy to
completed
see.
is, I know it's ready for me to publish it.
Hmm.
So I have template, need to do, and completed. So
Nice.
yeah.
Oh,
So
another thing I just
yeah.
thought of on PowerPoint is you can like right click on this when it's here and open a copy, or you can pin it. And I have a few that are pinned, and I do have these mats pinned: the back to school Play Doh mat, back to school shop size, and then back to school preview. Those are already done. This one is a border. This one is also from a border. And then this one is a numbers because I like
So do
the
you pin
preview.
things that you need to work on?
I pin things that I like to see more often, like previews generally.
Okay.
Um, but if it's in this last one that I pinned was my most recent um uh batching, and then this one was the one before that. But
Okay.
this is a newer computer, so it doesn't have the same stuff as my last computer. My last computer just had like all the things that I always go back to, like
Okay.
my terms of use, my like I would make like a general product. I would make a general product like kind of like, I don't
Kind
know
of
how
like
to
a
describe it.
template.
Yeah, kind of like a template, but it's like a template of like all my products, you know?
Okay.
Like it's, and then I just delete what I don't need, and I use that as my that was on here as well. I found it a little cumbersome though because there were so many options in that one, so I did not keep it. So that's something to think about too when you're doing your batching, is like, does this benefit me, or am I just doing it because I've always done it? You know, like you can change things up because you're in charge here, and who's going to stop
Yeah.
you? You know?
Reevaluating your process every so often is probably a good thing, and seeing what works and what doesn't work.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So, what I do when I do these is I change all of these resources to be something that makes sense. Okay, let me
To
back
that
up
product.
to that product. Let me back
Okay.
up though. I The reason why all the products that I've done in my Play-Doh thing are autumn is because I made it so that all of these were autumn products in those. or they were back to school, or like something that was an autumn theme, so that when I redid it, I didn't have to redo this page at all. I didn't have to touch this page at all. I only worked on my product down here, right?
Right.
That's what I would do for all of these. So when I'm working on, I have, if we go back to my purchases, I was just doing this holiday one, but I probably wouldn't start there. I'd probably start with either alphabet or this not this one, the life cycle ones, so that I can just do a whole bunch of life cycles at once, and I can add all of my other life cycle products into my terms of use, and then be done. And also my I always have a bundle for whenever I do these big batches. I always tend to have a bundle attached to it as well. So I have not add new product listings. If you just look bundle, I have a bundle for my dioramas that I did recently, and then my Play-Doh mats, and like cut and paste and write the room, and my borders has a bundle as well. I don't think it has that wording. I guess it doesn't say bundle in it, but borders. Yeah, it doesn't say the word bundle in it, which is silly. But yeah, this giant thing has all of my bundles in it, or all of my borders in it.
Orders.
Uh, yeah, and I made
Okay.
all autumn, this most recent one. So if you just do one bundle every few months, then you can do all the seasons super quick. But yeah, so there's that. And then I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I don't remember. So is there anything you'd like to say, Pam?
No, no. Do you have a bundle course in the membership, like how to create them? That's a question.
I do not. But I'm writing it down right now because that is such a good idea. And I'm so glad you gave me homework, Pam. Ah.
I,
Oh, not the pen, though. I don't
I,
like that pen.
I didn't do that, but
I'm
that's
going
okay.
to use my Pam pen.
So while you're writing that down, I did take notes because
Oh.
I like how you do things. So basically, we're going to research. We're going to see what products that we have that we can create from that research.
Mhm.
Um, I pick what I want. I put them all in a folder. Put everything in that folder. The the products itself, the images you're going to use,
Mhm.
and all of everything, the templates, everything. Okay, so this reminds me of, I think last week I taught the Canva Clubhouse to use brand kits.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, brand kits in Canva for products, because I would put the colors in there, I would put the images in there, I put, what everything, the templates, everything there, so that when I'm creating the product, they're all right on the side. Beautiful. Show this.
So I did this after you had that fantastic idea. So I'm going to make a copy of this. And then what I've been doing is I've been making a whole bunch of Play-Doh things. Like I've been telling you guys, I'm like all in on Play-Doh right now. And if you come up here to brand, which I learned this is not very helpful on mobile, because I was
Oh
like, I'm
yeah.
just going to add everything on here, but it is doable. It's just
Okay.
not as easy because
Yeah.
like on mobile you mostly just see your uploads, so you can like drag things and drop them and it's great. But like on mobile for brand kits, you have to go to your brand kit and then you do have to go find your photos. Oh, this is
Oh,
wrong.
so okay. I
So it
did.
you
I don't
can do
use
it.
my phone, so
Yeah.
on
So
Canva.
what it does is like it just like drops it, so you would have to like just take it and like mess around with it until it lands on one of these things, and sometimes it doesn't, like this. So it's just a little more funky, but like on my phone I would usually like come here and press more, and then I would like change it, like replace, that's the word. I would go to the replace, and it you can't get to brand from your phone on the replace button.
Mm.
So, and if you are a primarily phone user of Canva, um, just use your uploads and then just delete when you're done, or just put them into folders when you're done, is what I would do if, but I love a challenge. So I just spent a whole bunch of time just like working with it and trying to figure it out. So there's that. But anyway, so what I did here was I took all my Play-Doh things, except the ones that I did, obviously, because why would I do that? But like the orange Jello and like gluten free and everything, and I put them in here, and I named them the name of the type of
Perfect.
Play-Dohs. So like orange,
Perfect.
all of my
You just
orange
bring it.
Jello
Yep.
ones are here. So if I wanted to make this into an orange Jello like toast, I would just come here and actually I'd probably put that one there and this one
Look
here.
how easy that was to
And it
create
was, and that's it. And then you could
because
just be like
yeah,
orange Play-Doh
naming
recipe
things.
and then just delete the S. Orange Play-Doh recipe. And that's it. And then duplicate and do the next one, and then vanilla, let's do vanilla this time. And now we have this, and you just drag and drop it, and it's super easy to do. I'd probably add more than just these because there's not like an in process one. And then just change this to say vanilla, and then you can also like change these to be different colors. Like this could be like a brown if you're boring. I'm sorry if you love brown. I don't. Um, change this to like red or green.
Okay, I like that. You
Sure.
doing see? It's so simple to use
Yeah.
Canva and have everything in full in so I she was on a call with me. I taught her that you could create brand kits for products. And
Hmm.
that way, and so what she did is she, put all her pictures in the brand kit, and this it just makes it easier for her to create all these pins at one time. Okay, so I just wanted to I have to leave at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So 15-minute warning.
Okay. So
You're
this
welcome.
one. Oh, go ahead. Do you have a question? Oh, okay. So yeah, you could do that, and then it's like done. What is this? Green tea Play-Doh, and it's super easy. And then like you're done. I love it. Since you said something to me about it, I did it on my phone and I was like, ah, this sucks. And then I came to my computer and I was like, oh, this is fantastic. So it's a little different if you're on your phone, but it's still totally doable, especially if you use frames. Like so if you just instead of this, you did like frame, and you did a frame here of whatever size you want. And like if you just do it all ahead of time, and then just grab these guys and duplicate and whatever, maybe made these a little bit smaller, and then have their little friends underneath. Like you could totally do all this at once, and then like you're done. Look at that. And then a square, and
So
put this here.
being organized and having folders, file naming, it's file naming. I can't,
Yes,
it's
file
so
naming. Oh
important.
my gosh, I had no idea how useful it would be until I
And
saw this search bar at the top, and I was like, oh my gosh.
yeah, because Canva is a search too. I use that search bar pretty much all the time I'm in there because it just helps a lot.
Oh, and another thing I wanted to say
Yes.
was when you drag and drop things into these, it takes the edit that you've already done, like you've already adjusted it. I've already
Uh-huh.
added brightness to this,
Yep.
and it keeps it. So like
Yep.
these are raw images, but they look nicer because I've already edited them.
Yes.
Like it's so It's life
I like that
changing,
too. That's
Pam.
yeah.
It's amazing. And like Pam just like explained this to me super easily one day in her membership. Or is it in your membership or is it
Yeah.
in? Yeah.
It was on the tips and tricks call. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it being I know a lot of us are not organized kind of people because we're like everywhere,
I'm
but
not.
there are ways to help us.
Hmm.
And naming products, so that you're able to search for them, even in your desktop. How many
Even in your
times have you
desktop.
tried to find a product in your desktop, but you don't know what it's called because you didn't name it?
Girl.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Well,
Like, hold on.
this past
Untitled.
6 months of learning how to batch,
Yeah.
and doing, because when you're batching, you're going to have to name things.
Yeah.
That's just, it's going to happen.
Hmm.
So getting used to using templates, folders, naming, and just being able, you saw how she did that with the files. She was
Hmm.
able to bring up, she knew what she needed just because she did a search in her desktop.
Hmm.
That that was me. Are you working while we're trying to have a call?
No, not
Are
doing
you?
that. No,
I, it, I think she is. I
I
think she
don't
is.
think that's factual,
And
what
see,
you're
there you
saying.
go. She's getting things done.
And it's super easy.
So, does anyone have a question about product, like batching your product? So, we kind of told you do your research, get your products that you already have. Don't go buy no more. You already have a whole bunch. We know
You have so
this.
many. You have
We
so
do
many.
have so many.
You
Don't
have so
be
many.
buying stuff. Go look in your hard drive. Go look in your Canva. Go what OneDrive, wherever you keep your products, and put them all in one folder or a brand kit and use templates. That is the process. Anything else you want? You're so cute. Anything else you want to say on that?
Just so excited that like I've been working on Pinterest lately and now like I just did all these things and now I don't have to do them later and I'm excited about that.
I
I might
love
need to
it
change this color. Maybe I'll change this to like a green because green's my favorite color.
because you want it to
And
pop.
it's green tea, so why shouldn't it be
There you
green?
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks much better.
Yeah. And then it looks a little enough different that I'm fine with it. Love it. But yeah, no, I'm good. This is all I wanted to say. And I'm glad that you mentioned Canva, which is so rare of you to do, you know.
Why
But
would I mention Canva at all?
I'm glad you mentioned Canva because I couldn't remember what it was that I wanted to mention. And it was definitely working on this. And so I don't use Canva to create my products. So I
No.
don't have a brand kit for all of my products, which is fine. If
Yep.
you like, Canva is still very, very useful to my business because I can take these and I'm going to do this moving forward for the membership. I'm going to take the products that I create, put them in a brand folder so that I can easily drag and drop them into all of the sub the headers that I wanted to do for my membership. Like it's going to be so much easier now
Yep.
having that and naming them and living my best life. But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it. I see a chat. I came in late. Would this be in group? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
It's being recorded. We'll put the
Hmm.
replay and it will be up in YouTube too. So,
Yeah.
but we'll put the replay in both groups.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
wasn't, I haven't been very good with that. I'm sorry, Beth. I haven't
Well,
been,
last week we didn't have
yeah,
a replay because it was like a working
yeah.
call.
I have to remember to put it in your group too. That's
Oh,
where I need to work
that's
on.
okay. Most of the people, if they're in my group, they're usually in your group too. So it's
True,
okay.
true, true, true.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah,
any
so
other
I love
questions?
this. I love this for
I
my
love it for
process.
you too,
Yeah.
because I just saw the work in progress right now. You just did
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And it's simple, simple. And especially if you're using this for your marketing, you're not going
Oh
to
my
be
gosh, for
marketing
real.
the same thing
Yep.
every day.
Yep.
So like you could take all of your whatever, play it. Even if this wasn't pretend this is Write the Room, right? So we have a funfetti Write the Room, and you just drag and drop it onto the thing, and now you have your marketing pages. Like, and then next time you want to do it, or next year you come back, oh, here's the funfetti that I wanted to do, and you come back and it's right here for you waiting, and it's organized. Life changing. Life changing.
And
And you've been telling me
also,
that forever, Pam.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It was a really well placed advice though, because I needed to hear it 1,000 times, and that 1,001st time it was like, oh my gosh, this
Well,
is when I can do it.
do we ever really listen to the very first 2,500 times that people say no? Okay. So,
Oh.
it's all good. Also, another thing you can do is how she has these pins. If you want to resize them to an Instagram story, or you just resize them, you'll have to adjust a bit, but it sure it helps the process. And you just would have to just adjust a little bit, but you would still have them as,
Yeah.
I mean,
So you would
all
just,
I would do is, yeah, you're doing exactly what I would do. Just
and then
like I would, yeah, just you.
and then I take all this, make it bigger. Well, I'd make this bigger, and then I would maybe a little bit easier, and then I would make this bigger.
And then here you would have now Instagram feed, Instagram story, whatever you resize it to, already done as well.
Where's the thing? Oh, okay, whatever. And then there you go. And then you can also adjust these if you
Yeah.
double click them, if it's bothering you, which I do pretty often. You
And
just
I would also set up a checklist with your process. Like, it the one of the quick ways to do is when you're doing your batching, just write like what I did with Beth Ann.
mhm.
I just wrote down exactly the steps she was doing, and then take those steps. I mean, I could easily just take a picture of this, give it to ChatGPT and say, give me a checklist, and it will give me a checklist.
Nice. Nice. So, what would you do if you didn't have a Pam in your life? How would you do that? How would you like, because I'm not able to write down all of my steps while I'm doing it. How would
Oh, okay.
I do that?
Well, if it was just me doing that, I would just have to take the time just to write it down. But I would only have to do that one time, right?
That's true.
Like one time, and then I would make my checklist, and then every other time after that, now I have a checklist, because just I mean, yes, it's going to take a little bit of time just to write that checklist,
Hmm.
but only one time. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
I have another idea.
Ugh, okay.
What if, oh,
Just kidding. Go for it.
what if
I
you,
love your ideas because they are probably better than mine.
what if you record yourself doing the thing, talking through it, and then upload that as a YouTube video that doesn't private or whatever or unlisted, and then you add that to Write Blogger,
Yeah.
and you say write me a blog post, and then from that blog post you go
I
to the
mean,
chat and you're like, hey, this is a great article, can you make this into a checklist for me?
that's
I think I
even
found
better idea.
found what
I
I'm
was
gonna do
old
this
school,
weekend.
new school.
New school. I got new school where there's 33 alphabet letters, not one of you old 26 letter people.
Right.
Gosh.
Who was right? Okay.
Who
So,
was right? Who was right?
who was right? All right. So, there we go. That is the process that we go through. You just make sure you have everything you need: folders, naming, templates. There we go. Okay.
Oh,
Any Any last minute before I turn this recording off?
If I make this white. That looks
She's
nice.
working. No, you're good.
I was just thinking all of these have something special about them, and this one doesn't. But it would look weird if it had this because it's like a scripty font.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Can't do that.
All
But
right.
anyway, yeah, I'm done now. Now I'm good. Now I can put this on Instagram. I'm not going to because I don't like Instagram, but I could.